What's going on, guys? Chaseontwowheels here in Boise, Idaho for the first time ever, and behind me I have the 2024 Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus. We're here at the press launch, and today we're going to find out what these updates really do for this bike. My God. So, sorry for the audio, guys. This is the quietest place I could find. You guys probably know we had a Tracer 9 GT in the shop for a while last year. I put a ton of miles on it, and overall I thought it was a fantastic motorcycle, but I did think there were some things that Yamaha could do to really update that motorcycle. I think they just did it. So in today's video, we're going to go for a ride in the mountains here around Boise, Idaho. I'm going to tell you guys all of the new stuff on this motorcycle, and we're going to find out, is this the ultimate sport touring bike now that it has all of these updates? Some of them I cannot wait to show you guys. Today's going to be a fantastic day. You guys stick around for the end of the video and we'll find out, did Yamaha just make the best sport touring bike? Today should be fun. I need coffee. Want to know the secret before we get started? They got rid of the scroll wheel. Thank God. My friends, we are all here with a 2024 Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus. Guys, this bike is so legit. I cannot wait to show you guys. Let's get this thing cranked up. We're about to head to our first photo spot. Let's see what she sounds like. Still running the CP3. We'll talk about all the stuff that is new. Very familiar sound we have there. You'll notice something different up here. Okay. Say hi to YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
And that's it. Just leave it at that. All right, that is secure. That is secure. These bags that come with the motorcycle. Alrighty. There we go. May a fun day at a press launch begin. We are in street mode to start. And boys and girls, we are off into the sunset. Look at this. And we are clear. Oh my goodness, look at that view. Oh, what a great view, Boise. I am brand new to Boise, guys, so I'm going to be doing my typical, oh no, look at all the stuff. You know, typical me at this point at a press launch. I'm more impressed with the surroundings than I am literally anything else. Just before we get the crazy day started, this is the sport mode. You guys can see this is the YRC settings, Yamaha ride control, street, rain. That's all this info. In case you guys are curious throughout the day of what's what, I don't need to change that stuff now. All right, guys, it seems like we're outside of town, so we should be progressing now. We can talk about all the new things with the Tracer 9 GT Plus. We're adding the plus to the name this year. And in my opinion, my goodness, the upgrades are so pinpoint accurate. I don't think Yamaha has ever updated a bike to where it had so many of the things I wanted on the previous model. So we're still powered by the CP3 power plant. That's the same engine as you're looking at for the MT09, which is and the power plant that we all know and love, or at least some of us know and love. You guys that have ridden MT09s and Tracers in the past are very familiar with this power plant. It is fantastic. Same frame, same subframe, same swing arm. So our major changes for this model year is a updated quick shifter. I think this is version like 3 or 4 of their quick shifter. It basically allows you to shift, use the quick shifter in different scenarios, whether you're increasing speed or decreasing speed. So I'm going to be looking at that today. We have this giant, as you guys can see, 7-inch TFT display. Finally, Yamaha is not playing around when it comes to the dash game. We've got a 7-inch one here. It looks fantastic. The information is well laid out. I want to watch how that progresses, or how my experience with that progresses throughout today. Huge update is the radar system up front. Now, you guys know the Tracer 9, the styling has those 2 little sloth eyes in the front of the bike. Well, in the old model, there was just a little opening there. Now that opening is filled in very nicely, if you ask me, in a way, and it has the radar module up front. That is what is going to allow this motorcycle to have radar cruise control, which means the motorcycle should, hypothetically, I haven't tested it yet, but it should speed up and slow down based on traffic ahead of you. Now, I've ridden a bike with radar cruise control before in the Multistrada Pikes Peak. It is funky, it is weird, but on a sport touring motorcycle, it is so fantastic. So I think it's a fantastic element to add to this motorcycle because obviously it's a sport touring bike. Next up, we do have unified braking system, and supposedly the radar cruise can detect if you, the rider, need to be slowing down more than you currently are, and once you apply the brakes and it thinks that you need to be slowing down more, if I understand correctly, it will actually brake more for you. So that kind of sounds weird, so I'm going to be testing that out today. I hope it doesn't intervene too much with the rider. So yeah, there's that. There was a price jump. I think it's up by $1,400, $1,500. The MSRP for this bike is 16 grand something. I want to say it's 16,499. I'll have Bo put it on the screen. And if you're wondering what all of that added tech adds weight-wise, it's actually only 7 pounds. So 7 pounds heavier than it was. I will tell you, the bike still feels incredibly light. We will get a better idea and feel for that as we progress throughout the day. They showed us the route yesterday, and the route looks super fun. I don't know about you guys. I thought Idaho was flat, and maybe it is, but Boise is not flat. There is a cool mountain that we get to go up here in a minute that I am super freaking stoked for. So we'll see what that's all about, and all right, continuing on with the things that are new. We do have an updated seat, which was interesting because the Tracer 9 GT was already had a comfort seat on it, but now they've added these little extra pads on the side. So I'm going to be looking for that throughout the day to see if that helps with my butt comfort. But bro, look at that hill. What is that? It would be like a really terrible golf course is what that looks like a perfectly manicured giant hill. That's hilarious. But yeah, I'm going to be looking out for the seat today. As you guys probably saw, or maybe you didn't see, I attempted to do an iron butt on the old Tracer 9 GT and got very close, but that bike did a fantastic job for an iron butt. If you guys don't know what iron butt is, it's 1,000 miles in one day in a 24-hour span of time. So that is really the perfect challenge for a bike like this. And long story short, we did not accomplish that iron butt. You can watch the video and see why. I'll put a link in the description for it if you want to check it out. I have since accomplished an iron butt, what I'm happy to say. I don't know if the video's out yet. You guys will see it when it is. But this is like, I feel like this is like the perfect long distance sport tourer, and that is what I want to look into today. You guys know I've been spending a lot of time on my CF Moto Ibex 800T, which I feel like for the price is a fantastic bike. This bike is 6 grand more. So is it 6 grand more? Like, this is not a comparison video, but I've been putting a lot of time in on that Ibex. It is a very similar style. It's a little more ADV than this is. This is not ADV at all. This is fully road, obviously. But these are things I'm going to be looking for today, man. I've gotten a lot of time on bikes like these, so I have a feeling I know what I'm looking for. And speaking of knowing what I'm looking for, these houses are dope. Oh my God. All right, guys, we are at our first stop. So I'm going to get the cameras turned off, going to get my mic turned off. And from here, we're just going to explore and have a good time on this bike, see what it's all about. And I'll tap in and tell you guys all about it when I can. And we'll wrap up at the end of the day. Alrighty guys, we are done with our photo stop 3 and we have a long ride to lunch, so I'm going to give you guys my introductory thoughts on the bike now that we've done all these camera car spots. And supposedly this route takes us to the highway, where I will get to test out the radar cruise control, which I'm very excited for. I am going to be very careful on this road because I have almost ate shit multiple times. This road is very tight and has a lot of gravel on it, so I'm probably not going to talk a lot as we get to the bottom of this mountain. Alrighty, now that Chase didn't die, my god. So guys, let's talk about the bike from a more aggressive riding situation, like roads like that. I feel like this is definitely a sporty motorcycle, but there is something that I can't really figure out what it is, where on our way up to one of the camera car spots, I don't remember which one it was, I had a moment where, I've had two moments thus far. So I've had one moment where I was in mid-turn and my front wheel hit like a really big rock and my whole steering wheel just like wiggled and this is like middle turn. So props to the electronic rider aids. I'm sure that was a huge help in making it so the bike just stabled out, or got stable from there. And then there's this gravel on the road. So there was a turn that I went in and my rear slid out because it hit some gravel, but the bike has slide control. It worked very well. It stopped the bike from sliding out. I massively appreciate the electronic rider aids on this bike, but because of that little situation, and there's been a few turns that have like caught me off guard. I've been coming in way too hot, and they are like, every one of these turns it feels like is a decreasing radius. So it gets in a position and you think that's all the turn is, but then it like gets tighter on you. There's a lot of turns like that here, and I've come in really hot on some of those and it kind of scared me, and that's kind of messed up my confidence a little bit. So I don't think it's the motorcycle that caused that. I think it was the just, you know, shitty road conditions that, you know, for whatever reason I put myself in, and it scared me. I have noticed, for a bike that is a very sport touring bike, like especially the, you know, caps lock on the touring side, I've been surprised at how many times I've scraped pegs on this bike. It's happened 2 or 3 times, and it scared the absolute piss out of me. But I feel like I want more ground clearance on a motorcycle that's sport touring but very sporty. I'm still working up the confidence, but see, that's what I'm talking about. When I come in to a turn and I give it a lot of braking, I think I preload the suspension up too much, and I scrape my pegs. And that's me every time. So far, bike's done a phenomenal job. I wish I had a little more ground clearance, but that could be to do with my suspension settings. And at this point, I'm just waiting for the highway, because that is an area that I want to be able to show you guys and see for myself, like what the highway is like with the radar cruise control. One of the cool things of the Tracer 9 GT Plus that I really appreciate, up until this bike, Yamaha always had their cruise control requirements was like, you had to be in 4th gear, and I believe you had to be going over 30 or 40 or something like that. So now they've changed that. The cruise control can work in all gears, and it can work between 20 miles an hour and 99 miles an hour, which is really neat. And also, the quick shifter that this bike has on it can actually be used during cruise control without affecting, it won't turn the cruise control on or off. I thought that was really neat. I haven't seen many motorcycles that you can use the quick shifter and it doesn't disengage the cruise control. So definitely going to be playing around with that once we get to the highway. All right, we're on highway. Let's set cruise. All right, and let's set it all the way up. You can see in the left, my cruise control is set at 70, and right now I am just chilling at 58 because that's what they're going at. How do I make this shorter? Oh, okay, I just pull that trigger in and it goes all the way down. That's pretty great. That works pretty phenomenally. Look at that. That's so great. Oh wait, hold on, quick shifter time. I'm going in 5th. I want to be going in 6th. So 6th gear, my Halo energy sword moves down. I'm not using as much gas. Cruise control's working. Radar's working. Wow, how fantastic. That's awesome. And now we are in a place, we are in the stomping ground of this motorcycle. This, I feel like, is where this bike was meant to ride. Like semi-highway, big road, tons of miles you gotta hit. You got this big windshield, got your luggage so you can carry stuff with you. You've got that 900cc triple that has ample power. This is the place that this bike was meant to be in. Shout out to my boy 650 Eve over here. I feel like you're like my Yamaha buddy. Like we're always the only moto vloggers at the Yamaha press launches. Hey man, I'm not complaining. Me and Eve are gonna take a little stroll up to a mountain and do an outro. All right, Eve, you good to go? All right, so guys, before we wrap the video up, I have a couple things I want to just kind of talk through that I've noticed. We've been riding the rest of the day. I've done a lot of like just riding and not recording because I wanted to be able to ride it and think about what I'm, thinking. Think about what I'm thinking. One of the things I am noticing is in town, I noticed that first gear is a little twitchy, at least in street mode. It is not the smoothest motor in existence, but it is very torquey, it is very fun. But I've noticed when going slow in a city setting, I do wish it was kind of chilled out just a bit. All right, what else? The tack and the dash. Man, Yamaha did such a good job updating their dash. I am so impressed. That is typically one of the things that I kind of give Yamaha a knock for, because a lot of their dashes are a little old, and then they come out of the gate with this thing. And I don't know if you guys have been able to see throughout the content that we've been making, but that little tack has like little energy bars that go around it. Here, let me try to show you guys. Look at that. How freaking cool is that? I love the dash. I think it's done phenomenally well. All the information is laid out, and there's a lot of information with a motorcycle like this. I think Yamaha did a fantastic job. It's 7 inches, full color, very clear. Love that addition to this model, and I definitely think it needed it. Next up thing I really want to hit on are the buttons. The layout is totally different. There's no more scroll wheel. You have this directional pad down here. And if you guys have watched any of my videos on Yamaha bikes that are semi-recent, every one of them had that scroll wheel over here on the right. I hated it. It is now, or at least on the Tracer 9 GT Plus, it is now a touch dial, and it goes up and down, left and right like a D-pad. Fantastically done. Everything feels good. All the other buttons, everything has such a good feel, which for a bike that costs 16 grand, 16 plus, you kind of do expect to have a more premium experience. Something I haven't really touched on today, and I actually just got modified. So the seat on the Tracer 9 GT Plus is a modified seat from the first model. It now has these little foam pieces. We have been riding, we've done hundreds of miles today, and the bike has felt fantastic. My butt is totally fine. My body is being prepped for like long riding, and today has been an absolute breeze. And the seat stock has a low setting and a high setting. So I'm currently in the high setting, and I believe they said it was 15 millimeters of difference, which is a pretty considerable amount. But the seat in the low setting very much gives you as the rider that feeling of sitting inside the motorcycle. If you adjust it, you do feel like you're sitting up more on top of the bike. Now, having tried out the tall option, the tall position of the seat, I definitely recommend the tall option. I am enjoying that far more than the lower setting. I do want to tag into something that I spoke about earlier, and that was the confidence the confidence I wanted to feel in the bike and was having a problem. Now, after our lunch break, we took these big windy roads, and it really allowed, and they were really curvy, but like, you know, they're like high speed bends and stuff like that. That gave me an opportunity to like get a feel for the bike, get the bike leaned over in a way that I felt more comfortable, and that was really confidence inspiring. So what that tells me is earlier, what my problem was is that I had those couple instances where I hit gravel and I hit that rock and I came in too hot for a couple turns. I did too many of those, and it just killed my confidence for the majority of the day. But I can happily say, after riding the bike for a few hundred miles in the back half of the day, bike's been fantastic. The suspension's great. I've been riding it in street mode as well, and that's been my mode that I'm really digging. And street mode is the softer suspension and not 100% on the power, so that's pretty interesting. But the view up here is absolutely fantastic. I wanted to go get my camera and show you guys. So let's go up here and get on the top of this hill and answer the question, is this the ultimate sport tour, and did Yamaha fix all the problems that I had with the previous model? Alrighty, let's outro this video. Alright everybody, we're here at the end of the video, and I just want everything to be clear. 650 Eve has a terrible idea. That's a Tracer 9 GT Plus, and he thinks, and I agree, that at the top of that hill, we scouted it out, it's a better view. So it's your stupid idea, so you're going first, but I'll follow you up there.
Okay, I'm with it.
Okay.
Let's do it. All for the views.
That's all for the views. Oh god, this is a terrible idea. To be clear, the Tracer 9 GT Plus does not have off-road tires on it. These are road tires that have actually been fantastic today. But it seems relatively straightforward to get up that. So, I'm doing it for the views. Like literally for the views. I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. Power mode rain. We have the least power in this mode, so it should make it not terrible. But this is also why I'm making Eve go first. The Osmo Action 4 is going to make it look like shit, that hill that he's about to go up. May God be with you, my son. Good luck, man. I'm going to be right behind you. Eve does not ride off-road, by the way. This is a guy that does road riding only. And he's about to take this straight up the hill. He's doing it. He's doing it. He's proven me wrong. Look at that. Like the f***ing professional that he is. Well, there's only one thing to do now, boys. It's to follow in Eve's footsteps. We've done it. Now the question is, do you get the giant majesty in the background, or do you get the city in the background? You beautiful son of a bitch, we did it.
Serious, man.
What a shot this is gonna be. Alrighty guys, now that me and 650 Eve have proven that a sport tour can be considered an adventure bike, blame that guy, that majestic man over there with his background that he deserves. All right, so guys, been riding the bike all freaking day, and couple final thoughts. CP3 engine, absolutely fantastic. Still love it, used to love it, nothing's changed. Stability with the longer swing arm from the MT-09, absolutely fantastic, super stable. Riding modes, I ended up in street for the majority of the day. A2, which is that softer suspension setting, seemed to be dialed where I needed it to be. The taller seat, if you guys remember from earlier in the video, I was talking about how the seat was kind of angled down and kept making me run into it. The taller seat setting actually fixes that, so that kind of evened me out and it worked out much better. Love the tech, absolutely love the tech so much. They did such a good job. And one of the things I gotta say is, for adding a radar unit in between these two lights, the styling wise of that is fantastic. There's a lot of tech added with this motorcycle, and I think they did a fantastic job just kind of like squeezing it in and not making the bike bigger or anything protrude or anything like that. We've done a lot of talking about these switches. I don't really know why they put the silver around this one on the left and no silver over here. I'm not really sure what the deal with that was, but overall, love the switches setup. You've got your little cruise control setting there. Also, I believe that's preload that you can adjust there at the rear by the little turning knob. Overall, phenomenal sport touring or adventure bike, depending on who you are. I honestly think Yamaha took their Tracer 9 GT and they fixed every single one of the problems that I had with the original motorcycle. If I'm gonna knock them on anything, the only thing I can really knock them on is that radar control is very aggressive. I wish they could like tone that down, or give me, the rider, a setting where I can choose if I want to tone that down or not. Other than that, guys, that's really all the stuff I have to say about this motorcycle. It is more on the expensive end, but if you're looking for a motorcycle that's sporty, that you can ride for days at a time, I don't know if there's many things out in the market as good as that thing right there, at least for the price. And you get radar for like less than 20 grand, because like that's pretty legit. All right guys, I'm Chaseontwowheels. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe if you like motorcycle content. If you're at this point in the video, you're in the outro crew, put OC in your comment down below. You guys let me know, are there any modifications you think this bike needs that it currently doesn't have for Yamaha's Tracer 9 GT Plus? I don't know what they're gonna call the next model, so that'll be interesting. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all ride safe, bye.